Sorry.
Thinking what's the use and it's all gonna burn. Of all these things I'm no longer concerned. If you give a little something I give something in return. Oh, he told me all along. If only I listened before I got it wrong. making your repairs, try to speak a little less. Nobody needs to know about the way you've been blessed. How long must you carry the ashes and the urns if you give a little something, might get something in return? Oh, you told me all along. Only I listened before I got it wrong. Oh, you told me all along. If only I listened before I got it wrong. The earth shakes, sunsets and the hand takes, ain't we all going to the same place? Honey, why not take it slow? Guess there's nowhere left to go. Just lucky to be here and see what it is, all the love and the chaos and the coincidence. Praying for the patience, for that trust you gotta earn. If you give a little something, I get something in return. If you give a little something, I get something in return. If I give a little something, really quickly. Very quickly.
You're working hard up there.
Yeah, let me, let's read it's really hot. I mean, not just the temperature, the mic is hot, I'm hot. It's hot. It's cold outside. Yeah, that's a little better. Yeah, that's a little better. Hi.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hi. Welcome to our production of Beauty and the Beast. That was Youth in Roman Field. And now the Beast. Yep. This is my, I don't know, 11th of like 100 shows across the country and Europe, and I'm just out. I'm just gone. I'm just feeling okay. Leaving home was really hard. Like, it took 3 days to leave. I thought I would leave on like a Tuesday, and then it was Wednesday, it was Thursday. I was like, I gotta go. This tourist. I was gonna get to where I was gonna start early, and then I was like, who's gonna water the? I'm about to leave. I'm like, who's gonna water the plants? Song is kind of about who's going to water the plants, I guess. dead on arrival. It's the difference between art and a means of survival. Are your selfish dreams rewritten with better endings? Borrow, beg, or steal what we have here are only mendings. With best intentions we aspire. In the end we'll all succumb to the mercy, of wildfire. To the mercy of wildfire. Remember me when I'm gone, I will do the same for you, dear. Memories often wasted on the powerful and few here. Of all that I have tasted, held, loved and seen, nothing left me speechless like the powerless, the unclean. Of all the love, there is none higher. In the end we'll all succumb to the mercy, of wildfire. To the mercy of wildfire. To the mercy of wildfire. To the mercy. What you love let you down. You're not one of the few. What you love let you down. Remember, everyone is suffering. Everyone is suffering, not just you. Too many of my heroes die by their own hand. I just wanna stick around, wanna be much like them anyway. Life above the ground. What you love let you down. You're not one of the few. What you love let you down. Everyone is suffering. Everyone is suffering. Everyone is suffering. some relief. You said, alright, I'm awful busy though, so you have to make it brief. But what you love lets you down. You're not one of the few. What you love lets you down, and why everyone is suffering. Everyone is suffering. Everyone is suffering. Not just you are. Yeah. I've been kind of reminiscing. We had a bit of a break, an unintentional break with music and life. It was nice at first. You know, we finally, the government started giving it back for a minute. Yeah, remember that? You remember that? Remember that money? Yeah, that money was good. I was like, shit, I could never play a show again for the rest of my life. Let me just get this money. I've been giving it to them forever. Good times. Good times. Those times came to a halt, and it was, when am I gonna get back to work? And Claire was relating her experience to you. Mine was at some point. It's gonna be like 5 years later. We gotta stop talking about it. But like, we haven't been able to talk about it too much. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. I put out a record mid-February. We were talking about mid-February. I put out a record mid-February of 2020, and I finally, for the first time in my career of however many years it had been then. Let me relate something to you. My barista said to me the other day, you gotta talk to your barista. My barista said to me the other day, it was the eclipse. Yes. Do you wanna come here? Do you wanna come in? Do you wanna come in? Come on. My barista said to me the other day, when I asked if they had seen the eclipse, and they said, and I quote, "I don't really remember it because I was only 14. They said, "I don't remember it, I was in 5th grade. Because the last time there was an eclipse was 2017. And that was 6 years ago. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 4, 7 years ago. And we were in a very similar spot that we're in right now. My life hasn't changed much. But they became an adult. And they have a job and are in college. They were in 5th grade. All I'm trying to say, so I put out this record. I put out this record in February of 2020, and I finally had all my shit together for once. I just always kind of like, I had this. I was never playing with a full deck. You know, I always had like, you know, and when we talk about putting out records, we talk about having a team, because you need a team. It takes a team of people to put out a record, right? And even though oftentimes it doesn't feel like anybody is on the same team, they're a team nonetheless. So I finally had a team. I had gone out to Los Angeles, and I had made a record with my friend Ben Harper, who's a great person. He had called, he had invited me to Los Angeles to live in his house, and we were gonna make a record. And I got the call,
and I didn't call him back. I freaked out, and I didn't know what to do because I didn't have any songs, so I just started writing, and then my record label called, and they were like, heard Ben called. Didn't call him back? You know, you owe us a lot of money, motherfucker. You better call him back if he wants to make a record with you. We sure would like that. We would like to do that. And so eventually I got some songs together, and I went out there and we made a record, and that's a whole different story. But it finally came out in February of 2020. It was very intimidating. He had just finished making a record for Mavis Staples, and he was like, it's fine, I'm gonna finish the Mavis record on like Monday, if you could be out here on like Wednesday. I was like, yeah, no pressure at all. And just jumped right into mine. Just Mavis to me. No big deal. Yeah. No pressure at all. And the whole thing was full of pressure. The whole thing was fraught with pressure and tension, and there was money flying around. But when you get them to spend the money, that means when the record comes out, they're really going to get behind it, right? Because they gotta, it's their ass, right? So the record finally came out. It's February 2020. I got the band. We're playing on CBS this morning. We started this big tour, and I get as far, and there had been this rumbling in January of the coronavirus. And I'm from Florida. So I made an offhand joke to my buddy. I said, the coronavirus, that sounds like a shitty Jimmy Buffett cover band from Orlando. It was not. And when I got to Seattle on tour, as far away from home as possible, they said, and I quote, it's in Seattle. And I said, shit! I'm in Seattle. And I got a cup of coffee, and the sniffly woman at the counter handed it to me, and I took it, and I walked outside. I said, thanks, and I threw it in the trash. And a couple days later, nobody knew what was going to happen. I was posting shit online like, no, fucking canceling this tour. And then on Friday the 13th, everything shut down. I had made it to Boulder, Colorado at that point, and I went home. And I immediately started working on another record, because the kicker was I was finally out of my contract. I turned in my last record, so I said, shit, I can make another record. So I wrote a record. My grandmother had just passed away, thankfully, like right before COVID. I'm so glad that she didn't have to, she was 93 years old. I thought she was gonna live forever, but she didn't. And I'm so glad she didn't have to live through those, 3 years of uncertainty and terror. And she just went peacefully in her sleep. And I went to, I packed up my shit a couple months later, after things had kind of settled down a little bit, after we finally got some toilet paper. And I went down to Florida to her house because it had been decided that my family, we just couldn't manage that out. We had to let go of the house, and I sat there and I made a record called Forgiving It All, which is all the songs I just played you from that record. But I'll play you a song now from the 2020. We'll go backwards in time a little bit. The record I put out that I made with Ben, it was kind of nice. It's like, what do you do after you make a record in LA with Stevie Nicks drummer and Randy Newman's bass player and Ben Harper on a big label, and your band you get to be on TV. What do? You go to your grandmother's house with a tape recorder and you make a very simple folk record. But the record I put out just a couple weeks before COVID destroyed all my plans was called Best of Luck. And
thank my lucky stars, never let me down. there in the sky, keep me on the ground. Thank my lucky stars, whisper do not be afraid, reflecting what we are, the waters that we wade. Thank my lucky stars. Thank my lucky stars. Thank my lucky stars, they poke holes in the dark. Maybe far away, but they still hold the spark. Thank my lucky stars. Thank my lucky. Thank my lucky stars, look after all you do, not just because of mine, me and I yours too. Thank my lucky stars. Thank my lucky stars. When I was just a little child, it all seemed crystal clear. When I blindly trusted all of it, before I learned to fear, it turned over everything I know. Behind me I left a young loving soul. I died to know that kind of love again, for the breaking of the day, for the ceiling started to descend, for I knew I'd have to pay. Before you stumbled on me, I was so alone. Pray you'll be repaid in kind and didn't know. I died to know that kind of love again. You can't pay a heart to beat, lost without the reassurance that you need me so. I gotta know that kind of love again. I gotta know that kind of love again. I gotta know, I gotta know, I gotta. You can trust me when I say, you can trust me, I've been wrong. Deceived all my tormentors, made a life in song. I gotta know that kind of love again. Gather all my friends onto the sound. I gotta know that kind of love again. Before they put me in the ground. Where was I?
Just getting
I
past
was
COVID.
in, well, sure. Sure.
Going back in time.
Yeah. You have to be careful. I've learned that you have to be careful what you name things. Every tradition says so, right? And I thought to myself, so the best of luck thing happened. And then the forgiving it all, and then I put out that record, and I was, oh, life is funny, isn't it? I just put out this record, and I don't want to talk about it. I went to. How about I'll play this, and I'll think about what I'm going to say. You have to choose your words. I've learned you have to choose your words more carefully, so. Save some money for the circus gets to town. You can spare me a little speech. Cruelty makes the world go round. All the ghosts in my blood live on the road at best. There's a railroad in my mind and a city in my chest. I used to holler and curse till I was red in the face. I whispered in your ear while you twist your lace. Bottle it up till it's about to burst. You could live forever if you're driving the hearse. You could live forever if you're driving the hearse. Come on. Well, the kindness some have seen is a steel lashing of the whip. No tobacco left to twist, bourbon left to sip. What I can't sell, I'll give away for free. Then I set sail to somewhere across the sea. I used to holler and curse till I was red in the face. Now I whisper in your ear while you twist your lace. Bottle it up till it's about to burst. You can live forever if you're driving the hearse. You can live forever if you're driving the hearse. Come on. Waste my time with no talk of ancient curse. The devil I know wrote every Bible verse. loose. There's a spirit in the lake, there's a light out in the woods, but that old time magic honey won't do you any good. I used to holler and curse till I was red in the face. Now whisper in your ear while you twist your lace. Bottle it up till it's about to burst. You can live it if you're driving a hearse. So come on. Save some money for the circus, gets in town. You can spare me a little speech. Their cruelty makes the world go round. All the ghosts in my blood live on the road. At best, there's a railroad in my mind and a city in my chest. There's a railroad in my mind and a city in my chest. There's a
Okay. Okay, I thought about it. I thought about it. After the situation, you know, after the grandmother's house record, it was finally time, and my long time I spent a lot of time overseas. I don't know why. It's just how it goes. It's just where they just treat you a little better. Not that this isn't great. This is great. But they treat you a little better as a songwriter, as a traveling person, you know. And then the crowds are a little better, money's a little better, everything's a little better. So I started spending a lot of time over there. My longtime agent, I've done maybe, I don't know, like over 1,000 gigs over in Western Europe, and my dear friend and agent of like 12 years calls me up, and the Forgiving It All record had just finished, and he said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Ready for what?" And he goes, "Well, every 6 months since COVID, every 6 months I've been moving your tour 6 months. And it looks like in 2 weeks, things are gonna open up. And it just so happens, it coincides with this tour that I moved 6 months ago. It's just gonna happen. You're gonna be like boots on the ground. You're gonna be like you're gonna be one of like the first overseas people coming over here to tour." And I said, "Oh shit." And it was kind of interesting. I just after like 2 years of trying to figure it out, I just got in the house. I just got married. My life was complete, and I got over there, and I had a 60-show tour of Europe, and in the middle of it, my partner of 13 years called me up, and she said, "I'm out of here." And so best of luck. Forgiving It All. I feel like I'm being challenged. I feel like I was being, a lot of therapy, a lot of learning not to assign blame, but fuck some people. But like it's both, actually. That's what you learn in therapy. It can be both. Two conflicting points of view can coexist within you. You just have to make space for them both and send them to their rooms when they're bad, when they get out of hand. So once again, I came home. This time in a self-imposed quarantine, and I made a double album, because that's what you do if you write songs. And I processed, and I felt so fortunate that I had like a craft that I could rely on when times get tough. And I always encourage anybody, if you have any sort of creative proclivity or longing, you should at least keep it somewhat, I know we don't always have time, but you should at least keep it pliable in case you need to call on it when times get tough. And I learned a lot about myself in those times, and so now it's the prophecy have come true. I'm driving around the country with a pit bull I found on the side of the road, playing gigs, and
Does he have a song, the pit bull?
Well, you meet her. She's here. She's just taking a nap right now. When I'm done, she'll go pee-pee and then she'll come in. My first show back after the pandemic, I was playing in Waverly, Alabama with a man named Cedric Burnside, who was the grandson of R.L. Burnside, if you know much about Mississippi Hill Country blues. And Cedric's now gone on, just in those past couple of years, to win a couple Grammys. He's fantastic. And so I'm driving home from that gig and my GPS is like, go this way. And I'm like, I've been here 20 times, Mr. GPS man. I think I'm gonna go this way. It's like, no, go this way. And so I thought maybe there's some sort of accident or something, so I went that way, and up ahead in the ditch, there was a baby, what appeared to be a little dead dog, who moved. And I was on the phone and I saw this. I have like dog daughter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, yeah, I know. So I saw this dog and I immediately stopped, and I was actually on the phone with one of my friends. I said, I'm gonna have to call you back. And I got out to investigate, and she lifted up her head and she walked out in the street and she collapsed and her paws were all bloody. She'd been running up and down the highway for days, and she was, anyway, I scooped her up and I said, come on baby, let's go. And I'm gonna get you out of Alabama. That's first step one. There are some wonderful people in Alabama, but the shelters are completely overwhelmed. And I know this from a lot of rescue work and things. And so I said, come on, let's go. And I brought her back. I said, we're gonna get you. I was living in Asheville, North Carolina at the time. This was right before I moved. I live in Atlanta now, which right after I moved to Atlanta is when everything combusted in my life. And that little dog saved my life. I promise you. So I'll play you a new song that I don't like to play, but it's just how it goes.
I tried to stay tender, I tried to forgive when you threw me away, took my will to live. I'm gathering kindling as the months they grow cold and my old years are. Lay by your side, lay by your side, lay by your side again. Sleeping alone, what was our bed? Evenings in peril, mornings in dread, tying together all these loose ends. Who am I kidding? We'll never be friends. So who is this person who's taking my place? Will I cherish the sunrise as it falls on your face? Never know these memories that perish in time. How can I pay for my crime and lay by your side, lay by your side, lay by your side again. Honey, don't you say it. It's too little too late. Oh, I was willing to so I was willing to wait. Show you my heart, the depths of my chest. Show you how it beats for you. I can't get no rest. Pricing I'm paying. Let me be free. Told me that it's pulling, that it's pulling. The fiber of me lay by your side, lay by your side, lay by your side again. Longest goodbye, I'd sever a limb, I'd put out an eye to silence the din. How to start over with no will to continue when I'm only here to lay by your side, lay by your side, lay by your side again.
Sing with me?
Lay by your side, lay by your side, lay by your side again. Lay by your side, lay by your side, lay by your side again.
Thanks.
Brick by brick, I would tear the city down. From the rivers, I build me a road. Be long and winding as any road you ever seen. Sweet serpentine, look cautious, sparkle black and gold. So underneath the sea, through the sky, and over trees, it will appear. There right before my command, you may find it kind of strange. But you brick just lay yourself, each one put there in succession by some kind of hidden hand I steal. I said I've no destination like a plan's compensation. Nothing here to my lifestyle I should know. Thing I forgot that I should mention to my care, lack of attention. I just died all the same if I didn't go. So I call my mama and the priest. I'm at home amongst the deceased. I'm afraid I lack moment, stop, sit down, take a rest, step off the goddamn road, catch my breath. Rooms that clean and stay when I sit out upon that path. The consequences slowing down behind death. So I'm towards the sunset, shit for now, just not done it, I'm tap dancing down the edge of this here life, and I'll be damned if I don't upset what I knew upon the outset. Only thing I was running from was my very life. I said brick by brick, take to sit down in the side of the road. Be along the line in this any road you ever see. Sweet serpentine, no cash and sparkle back and roll. So underneath the sea, scout over trees and hit a pier. Where I before my command you make fun of kind of strange average rich just like you said control. But in succession I see kind of here in the hand I see brick by 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 brick by
But I'm not angry anymore. You know, if you're ever angry, I promise you one thing. Or sad, if you're ever angry, write yourself an angry song. And you sit there saying, me and Christoper, I don't write songs. How do you know? I'm telling you, I'm a songwriter, and it doesn't even matter if they're good. I've written hundreds of them, little buggers. And I'm telling you, you're a songwriter. So you've been anointed by one of your own, songwriter. And so if you got a little song in your heart, sing it to yourself. And it's a homeopathic principle, like cures like. You often find that people that only sing one type of song are the opposite of the type of song that they sing. Have you ever met heavy metal people? They're the happiest fucking people you've ever met. Have you ever met a pop artist? They're the most miserable people you've ever met. And the whole thing is point and counterpoint. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. We're in an academic town. The thrift stores in this city are full of incredible books. I swear to God, I went to the Goodwill today. I bought the collected works of Yeats. I bought Dream Analysis by Young, and I bought this amazing book called Blue Highways by William Heatmoon. Have you ever heard of this? He was a travel writer, and he was the first guy. It was incredible, actually. He was one of the first travel writers in the early '60s. He converted his van. He put a bed in the back. There's a diagram in the book to show you how he did it. And he drove around the country, inspired by like James Agee and Walker Evans, who drove around during the Dust Bowl and documented all these people. And that was the book that when I was young that said, oh, maybe you should someday. Maybe you'll drive around and meet people and hang out and tell them that they're songwriters. This is actually a trick. This whole thing is a trick. I'm here to tell you that you write songs. And so if it's the homeopathic principle of like cures like. So if you're sad, you make a little sad song for yourself. Yeah. And it'll make you happy. And if you're angry, you make a little angry song for yourself. Because if Stephen, sorry if there's any Stevens here, I give you more. If Stephen is pissing you off, you like walk around and be like, fuck you, Stephen. I swear, in no time, you'll feel better.
It goes first.
Just don't do it on the work computer, and you'll be fine.
God damn it, Steven.
But, damn it, Steven. But speaking of songs, you'll notice, with the exception of the one I maybe introduced as being from a hard time, I didn't tell you what it's about. I don't talk about what my songs are about, because if I talk about what they're about, they're incredibly less interesting to me personally. But I found that though I can be quite loquacious in my explanation of things, I'm reticent in my explanation of what my songs are about. Because if you want to catch a big fish, you gotta be quiet. And if you're quiet about what your songs are about, people will start telling you what they think they're about. And then the meanings change. I pulled into Charlottesville, Virginia. There was a place in Charlottesville called the Garage. And it was a literal garage where they parked the hearse of a funeral parlor. And they're fine. It's just a knife fight. It's fine. We used to do it. Man, the things that we used to do. Oh, buddy. It was a garage where they would park the hearse, and it looked out over the park in Charlottesville where that horrible incident occurred, where the people on one side only decided to be horrible, and. It was right by the statue that's thankfully gone, and right on the very street where the woman, Heather, was killed. And this is years before that. And they used to open the door, and they'd move the hearse, and the songwriter would set up with a little PA like this, and people would sit in the field right there and listen to a free concert series that my friend Sam would put on. And Sam is a wonderful person. And I'd known him for years, and so I pulled up. I was like, Sam, how are you? How's your wife? How are the kids? How's everything? What are you doing? And he said, actually, you'll find this interesting. I'm writing a song for this global project. There's a museum in the Netherlands. This is before I'd ever had a record deal or toured Europe or anything like that. This is in 2012. He said, I'm writing a song. This museum in the Netherlands has a huge collection of old Flemish masterworks. And they're going to do an exhibit where they ask songwriters all over the world to write a song for a specific painting, and then in the gallery they're going to have headphones where people can come and listen to the song that was written for the painting, either as a gift to the painting or about the painting. And it's going to be this new exhibit. And I said, Sam, I am so happy for you. That is amazing. How can I become a part of that? And he said, well, I mean, it's due tomorrow. And I've learned over the years that if you want something, you need to advocate for yourself. So I said, Sam, will you please email the man right now and ask him if there are any more paintings? Because Sam was assigned a painting. And Sam emailed the guy, and the guy was like, I mean, it's due tomorrow. It's midnight here. But there is one more painting. And it was 1 p.m, and I said, Sam, what time is sound check? He said, 4:30. I said, I'll see you at 4:30. And I went straight to my car, and I looked at this fucking painting on my phone, and I thought about it, and I wrote a song. And not even. I mean, I wrote the song in 15 minutes, and then I kind of learned how to play it, because you can write a song really fast, but then you have to learn how to play it and how to perform it, right? And so I recorded it right onto the voice memo of my phone, and I learned something from that. Actually, the new record that I just put out, the double record, has 3 songs on it that are just recorded on my phone. And if you ask any songwriter, they will tell you their favorite recordings of themselves are fucking songs they've recorded on their phones. But for some reason, nobody puts those on the records, and they sound great. So I sent him this phone demo. The compression is perfect. I sent him this demo, and the guy responded the next morning. He said, I gotta be honest with you, a lot of people said they wrote these songs for these paintings, and I'm starting to wonder how they were able to write fully fleshed out and produced. I said, everybody has studios now, but the truth is it resonated with him, and it was one of his favorite paintings, and he just, I don't know. And I won't tell you what it's about,
the painting or the song. But I will tell you what happened later is that years later, so after he said it was going to be in the exhibit, he said he said it was going to be in the exhibit, he accepted it into the exhibit, and I said, that's cool. Can I have a gig? Because I'd been trying to get over to Europe and I couldn't figure it out. I said, can I have a gig? And he said, well, if you want to play at the opening, that'd be pretty cool. And I said, okay, how does that work? He's like, I'll give you $500 and a hotel room. And I was off to the races. And I emailed every band I knew, and I was able to like cobble together. I had one gig, and I was able to cobble. And since then, I played over 1,000 shows in Europe. I'm going back to Europe in September. It really like it changed my life because it made me make enough money to be able to make better records. And years later, a woman came to me. The song is called "Oh River," and it's not that spectacular of a song, but it changed my life. Which is why I'm telling you to just write a fucking song. Don't worry about it. But years later, this woman came up to me and she said, would you like to know what I think that song is about? And I said, absolutely. And she said, she didn't even say I think at this point. She said, it's about my son, River. Okay, I'll tell you what the painting was. It was a painting of a man standing on the edge of the river as the sun was setting, looking horribly depressed. And he was about to push that boat into the river. And it didn't look good for my dude. I don't know. It just didn't. He was saying his goodbyes. And this is what I mean. Two conflicting things can coexist in the same space. Because now somehow it has two completely polar opposite meanings in me, but it works. Okay, that's enough. No more talking after this. I promise. River, won't you carry me down to the air? With you I will travel away. Misty of the sand, I lean into the bow as the stern takes its leave from the shore. River, won't you carry me down? I have no need for more. River, won't you carry me down? I have no need for more. River, won't you carry me beyond all this need? You be the sun, I'll be the seed. With all of my might, I will reach towards the light like a reed. River, won't you carry me down beyond all I need? River, won't you carry me down?